beats of battle sing to the clashing of steel, till all the mountains lie broken and bleeding from wounds that no magic can heal. Go, my child, to Skyrim. Sleep has given me no new insights into the implications of these Thalmor documents, but we have more immediate concerns this morning. We're going to Riften, and we have to get there as soon as we can if we're going to beat the Thalmor to this Esbern. Now, since we're heading to Riften, well, I learned a little bit about that city the last time I was there, and I know what it runs on. If we want to get any information on how to find Esbern, we're going to need to pay gold for it. Are you ready to go, Anamla? Alright. Let's head out. We're going to have to take to the road again for part of this stretch, at least. I think until we get to Rorikstead. And then from Rorikstead, we can cut straight through the plain to Whiterun. We'll stop there, briefly, to report back to Fralia Greymane about her son. And then we're Riften bound. Now, the last time I took this stretch of road, I was ambushed. We were ambushed by bandits. We'd best be prepared just in case somebody else has the same bright idea. It's a good place for it anyway. Do you see anyone? Yeah, I think I saw movement up ahead. Not sure though. Right there. I see one on the left and one on the right.
Time to end this little game.
Yes, and we'll end it quickly. If I can hit one of you. There. Any more? Ah, looks like you got a couple of them too. Now, not heading to Markarth, that's for sure. Huh. Oh, watch out, Anamla. Let's see if there's anything in this chest they were using as bait. Oh, a couple things. Alright, it's not worth looking too closely. We've got to get on our way. You ready? Alright. We should be getting pretty close to Rorikstead now. We're just gonna ride straight through. Don't talk to anyone as we pass by. Okay. From here, we take to the plains. I think if we stay to the left of that hill over there, that should lead us straight to the city. Fairly straight, anyway. We will have to veer south again at some point to get to the gates themselves, but going this way we should avoid most of the road. And anyone traveling on it. Should also save us a bit of time, as long as we don't get into too many fights along the way. The local wildlife. Like that saber cat over there. What? That is not wildlife. Ugh. What was that about? Was he just here waiting to ambush travelers who came to pray at the shrine? Skooma. And a few potions, at least we can get some use out of that. Wearing bits of Imperial armor, too. Probably robbed somebody for them. Shrine to Zenithar. I really ought to pray to Zenithar more often, I suppose. Especially now that I started learning a thing or two about smithing. Well, I'll take a minute to pay my respects at least. Alright, we'd best be on our way. Really, Zenithar's not the one to be helping us now. Some sort of banner over there. I don't like the looks of that. Alright, we won't trouble you. No need to go picking a fight. Now, when we get to the other side of this hill, that's probably when we should start heading south a bit. Whoa. If there are mammoths around, that means they're giant, so we'd better be careful. And look to the sky. Do you see any sign of that big dragon? That's not a dragon, but that's a flying mammoth. We'd best be very careful. And somebody ought to let Balgruuf know that there's this dragon mount here and what it means. It's close enough to the city that if the dragon here gets raised, it could easily be a threat. We don't have time for a visit to Dragonreach today. But we should make a point of visiting Balgruuf soon. There's the city. That mammoth was fighting something. Let's not get in between the mammoth and the giant. Just have to wait for them to pass. Or skirt around behind a bit. Keep our distance. Another cave. No one guarding this one. And I think now would be a good time to start heading southwards a bit. We won't go all the way to the road. But... oh, great. There. The Whiterun Stables. We're not going to leave the horses there. We're just going to ride straight up to the gate, because we're not staying here for very long. With any luck, we won't be recognized, but I doubt we'll have that kind of luck here. We've spent too much time here. We're too well known. Still, hopefully we won't be noticed by many people. Where's Garm? Oh, he'll catch up. He always does. Now, this time of the morning, I expect we'll find Fralia Greymane in the marketplace at her stall. We'd better steer clear of any battleborns today, under the circumstances. Oh, there you are, boy. So wait a moment for Frollia to be
fresh from the wilds.
Alone for a minute. Excuse me.
Please tell me you have news of my son.
I do. Thorald is safe.
Is he? You've saved him? Oh, I must see him at once.
I'm afraid that's not a good idea. He's not here. He didn't think that it was safe to return to Whiterun.
What? After all this, I can't even see him?
I'm sorry, Frollia.
How do I know you're telling me the truth and not just what I want to hear?
Well, that's a fair question. But he gave me a message for you. He said to tell you to suffer the winter's cold wind.
For it bears aloft next summer's seeds. That's my boy. So it's true then.
Yes.
For now it's enough to know that he's alive. I can find peace in that. Thank you, dear friend. You've given me back my son.
I was glad to do it.
I'd had Eorland forge this for Thorald. It was to be a present for his return. I suppose he can't have it now. Why don't you take it? We can always make another for the day when this war ends and Thorald can come home.
Thank you, Frollia. I'll hold on to this. And if I see your son, which I may well do, I'll deliver this to him. It's rightfully his. Right, take care of yourself, all right?
You take care of yourself now.
Try out. Will you have venison anytime soon?
I'll try.
Certainly. I'll be sure to bring some back for you the next time I go hunting.
All right, let's get going.
Make it quick, and there might be a bowl of hot stew in it for you. Fresh baked loaves, still warm from the oven.
So, to Riften. Now, we could head straight there, but I think it's on the way anyway. We should check in with Delphine first. At least let her know what we're doing. Perhaps she'll have some advice or some aid to give. Considering we're trying to find a Blades agent, perhaps she'll even come with us. Imperial soldiers. And they have a prisoner. We're too close to the city to do anything about it. Under other circumstances, I would want to make sure I could set that prisoner free. But right now I don't want to draw any more attention to myself, to us, and what we're doing, than I absolutely have to. At least it's the Empire who has that prisoner, not the Thalmor. I don't expect he'll be getting good treatment, but it'll be better than the Thalmor will give him. Anything would be. All right.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Thank you, Orgnar.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Warwickstead. And the braggart did swagger and flash his blade.
We got rooms and food. Drink, too. I cook. Ain't much else to tell.
Could you fill up these water skins for me, Orgnar? Thank you. And, have you heard any news or rumors lately?
Here, take a look at this.
Thank you.
All right, then.
Well, at least she closed up that wardrobe door. Bottom-law? Ah. Can you do me a favor? Just close that door. Thanks.
Anything else?
No, now just follow me. Delphine.
You made it out alive, at least. Your gear's safe in my room, as promised. Did you learn anything useful?
Well, maybe. Yes and no. Not what you were hoping, at least. The Thalmor know nothing about the dragons. No more than we do, anyway.
Really? That seems hard to believe. You're sure about that?
Delphine, please. Why would you send me if you weren't going to believe what I say?
You're right. I was sure it must have been them. If not the Thalmor, who? Or what?
That is a very good question. And when the Thalmor are asking as well. They're looking for somebody named Esbern, who they think might be able to give them some answers.
Esbern? He's alive? I thought the Thalmor must have got him years ago. That crazy old man.
You know him,
Figures
then.
the Thalmor would be on his trail, though, if they were trying to find out what's going on with the dragons.
I'm not sure I understand entirely why the Thalmor would be looking for him for this.
You mean aside from wanting to kill every blade they can lay their hands on?
Well,
Esbern was one of the Blade's archivists, back before the Thalmor smashed us during the Great War. He knew
Okay.
everything about the ancient dragon lore of the Blades. Obsessed with it, really. Nobody paid much attention back then. I guess he wasn't as crazy as we all thought.
right. You told me that the Blades used to be dragon slayers. That was a long time ago, though. So, the Thalmor think the Blades are the ones who know about the dragons.
Ironic, right? The old enemies assumed that every calamity must be a plot by the other side. Even so, we've got to find Esbern before they do. He'll know how to stop the dragons, if anybody does. Do they know where he is?
They seem to think that he's hiding out in Riften. That's where I'm heading next.
Riften, eh? Probably down in the Ratway, then. It's where I'd go. You'd better get to Riften. Talk to Brynjolf.
Brynjolf?
He's well connected. A good starting point, at least. Oh, and when you find Esbern, if you think I'm paranoid, you may have some trouble getting him to trust you. Just ask him where he was on the 30th of Frostfall. You'll know what it means.
Thank you. That could be very helpful. Well, I'm off. I'm gonna try and get to Riften as fast as I can. I think we still have time to beat the Thalmor there. I'll see you soon. Garm.
But this land is ours, and we'll see it quite clean. The scourge that has
Go wait up there.
our hopes and our dreams.
Alright. Now you can come along. Let's go. Wonderful weather for a hard ride to Riften. I have the feeling I'm going to be exhausted by the time we get there. What is that? What do you want? Alright. You're right, Anamla. Slash first, ask questions later. Especially when a couple of robed mages run up to us with spells in their hands. Whatever it was they wanted, it couldn't have been anything good. Helgen. No time to stop and brood. I just wonder if someday somebody's going to come back here and rebuild. It's probably something to think about once this war is over. And once the dragons are under control. How are we going to deal with the dragons anyway? Organize hunting parties to take them down one by one? I guess we need to find out why they're coming back. What's behind it all? Then we can start planning. I do not like this pass. Was that thunder? Or magic? Hailstorm cloaks. Is everything going all right out here? Oh. Good luck to you. Good luck. This path is such a perfect opportunity for an ambush. So be careful. Keep a sharp eye out for any trouble. Ah. Good day to you. Well, if that hunter made it through the pass alright, we should be fine. I don't imagine we're likely to find any trouble that she didn't. Except... perhaps we have. Those are Thalmor down there. There's a lot of activity going on in this stretch. Oh, they have a prisoner.
Hail, friend. Good to see another merry soul enjoying this fine day.
Fine day.
But you look tired. Come, share a bottle of honey brew mead with me.
As much as I would like to, I have other business to attend to at the moment. And it looks like you've had enough to drink already if you think of this as a fine day. Another time, perhaps.
Cheers, my friend. May your adventures find you fame and fortune.
I don't like the looks of this at all. Thalmor, a prisoner, an Imperial guard, and a noble of some sort, perhaps? Well, let's find out if it's us they were waiting for.
If you see any signs of Talos worship, it's your obligation to report them to me.
Oh, is it now? And what brings you out here on such a fine day as this?
Taking this man to be interrogated.
Is that so? What right do you have to drag people away like this?
By Imperial law banning Talos, we have the right to do whatever we want. And now you'll walk away if you know what's good for you.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't know what's good for me. As a matter of
You're
fact,
interfering with official Thalmor business.
where are you taking this prisoner of yours?
That is none of your concern.
What has he done exactly to deserve this treatment?
He has knowledge of a cult of Talos. He will tell us what we need to know, or he will die. The choice is his. Now, get out of my way. Or perhaps there's something you'd like to confess.
Perhaps there is. As a matter of fact, I believe in Talos.
And so you will die a heretic's death.
Ah! Ugh. Where's the mage? Where did he go? You got him? Ugh. And the prisoner? Wait. There's still that Imperial guard. You! Do you have anything to say about all of this?
What the rebels like to forget is that the Empire's what's keeping the Dominion out of Skyrim.
Do you really believe that? Because they seem to be in Skyrim plenty. But at least it seems we both recognize the threat that they are. Very well then. What you saw here today, I hope you'll speak nothing of it. Are we understood? Well, that wasn't exactly the response I was expecting from him. I thought we were going to have another fight. But it's good to see that at least some of the Imperials understand who the real enemy is. Even if we don't quite agree on the best method of dealing with them. Come on, we have to get going.